Kris Livingston. Kris has been here at CU 1997 to 2025. The longest tenured female administrator in athletic department history. She served the Buffs with distinction for 28 years. She joined CU in July of 1997 as the first ever director of operations for the women's basketball program, a role she held for 8 seasons under head coach and fellow Hall of Famer Seal Berry until 2005. Following her time with women's basketball, Livingston transitioned to academic services, becoming assistant director of the Herbst Academic Center before being promoted to director in 2007. In that role, she oversaw academic support for 350 to 380 student athletes annually and was instrumental in leading CU student athletes to record-setting semesters and cumulative grade point averages that consistently improved under her leadership. In recognition of her remarkable contributions to CU athletics, she received the Honorary C Award in 2013 for her unwavering commitment to the department and the student athletes. She recently retired in June of 2025, leaving behind a legacy of integrity, excellence, and compassion. There are folks during my 22 years here you think of that are kind of synonymous with Colorado athletics, and Kris is one of those folks. And right now, Kris Livingston is a CU Hall of Famer.
So first of all, congratulations to the 2025 Hall of Fame class. I'm proud and honored to share this weekend with you. Shout out to Dave Platty for the nomination, and thank you to the Hall of Fame Selection Committee. I know many former Buffs produced Hall of Fame careers, and I'm flattered that you deemed me worthy. Many thanks to Kimberly Orr and her Alumni C Club staff for all that you do for this wonderful event and weekend. I'm grateful to my mom and my brothers in Ohio who encouraged me to play sports and follow my heart, even if it took me 5 states away from home. And thank you to all of my friends who are at my table. They're celebrating here with me tonight. You know that you're my family, and I love you. A special shout out to my friends who flew in from North Carolina. Mary Ann was my college teammate at Miami, my point guard. And Annie and I were on the staff together at Iowa State. We've shared so many life moments, and I'm thrilled that you are here. Love and honor. My wife, Dr. Kelly Causey, and I have been together for over 30 years. It was early in our relationship when I called her from the Detroit airport, and I said, I was coming home from a work trip, and I said, I think I want to get back to college women's basketball. That's where my heart is. And she instantly said she would support me. She's been in my corner all through my time at CU, including when I took a $20,000 pay cut to come to CU in 1997. True story. Thank you, Kelly, for being my rock and loving the Buffs like I do, even now without all the cool perks of my job. So I started at CU in 1997 as Seal Berry's first ever director of basketball operations. It was a wonderful job. I put my head down, and every day I brought my work ethic, my integrity, loyalty, and positivity. I had a blast working for Seal Berry and the women's basketball program. Twice we earned trips to the Sweet 16 and once to the Elite 8. Seal ran her program with the same work ethic and integrity that I was used to, and it was a great fit. And don't clap because my 5 minutes are right moving. A few years into this role, and something happened to me along the way. I got sucked in. The black and gold, silver and gold, the twins, shoulder to shoulder, Chip and Ralphie, horns up. My time at CU went from a job to a career to a lifestyle. The people, the goals, the competition, the opportunities, the student athletes, so many rock stars. Speaking of rock stars, do you know that one point in time we had Britney Spears and Whitney Houston on the women's basketball team? We had Rod Stewart on the football team and Van Halen on the cross country and track teams. You can't make that up. They all had successful careers at CU, and they all graduated. Well, 8 years into my tenure at CU, and I know I have the greatest job in the world, and Seal Berry decides to retire from coaching. The new coach doesn't keep me on staff, and I'm shattered. And then Seal Berry and John Birianic to the rescue. They offer me a job in the Herbst Academic Center, the unit that provides academic support, resources, and services to all of CU student athletes. I immediately said yes, and I stayed for the next 20 years. 18 as the director. It was another great fit and the fortune to work with Seal for another 15 years. Then, 12, 13 years ago, comes new athletic director Rick George. Early on, he implemented a strategic plan in the athletic department. It sounded good, so I took his template to establish a strategic plan in academics. All of our actions became intentional. We planned our work and we worked our plan. Rick trusted me, and then he got out of the way. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate you and what you did for me and CU. You led us through the flood, the pandemic, and conference realignment. Enjoy the retirement you've earned. Well, with this new strategic plan, we crushed it. Over the years, our Herbst Academic Center staff guided the student athletes to the highest GPAs, eligibility rates, academic progress rates, and graduation rates in the history of CU athletics. The neat thing is that every stat we track, every rate, every decimal point is a human being. They're student athletes. They're successful student athletes. I'm proud of what we accomplished. Now, getting compliments or awards is not my compass. Never has been. My why has always been the student athletes. My why was wanting to help young people reach their potential, to discover the joy in learning, whether it was on the court, field, track, mountain, or classroom, to realize the transferable skills learned being part of a diverse team and thinking critically and becoming an independent learner. My why was working with every buff, not just the starters and the household names, being their advocate, their champion, and all the way through to graduation, even if it took years after they left CU. All because I believe in the power of education and that the CU education can improve every student's life. So I became a lifer at CU, and my career can be summed up in one word: magical. And my magical career at CU can be attributed to one person, Seal Berry. Seal, thank you for hiring me twice. Thanks for being a terrific leader, mentor, advocate, and friend. Your integrity and thoughtfulness. Thank you for sharing a chunk of your life at CU with me and for making it fun. We did a lot of good. Buff Nation, I'm humbled and honored. Thank you.